Welcome back. All right, so busy day in the National Hockey League. One game done. The other 14 are all going to be a recap video late tonight. Going to apologize now to Pittsburgh and Philly fans and fans of the early games because it's just the only way this is going to work. And Saturdays are going to be very busy going forward. So Boston and Detroit. Now the interesting thing is that I did the 32 team video earlier, so I was actually recording this game, and then I could rewatch it and get caught up. So I didn't watch it from the beginning, which is okay because the Boston Bruins didn't play well in the beginning. So it was Hellberg versus Olmark, and the Wings against Bertuzzi. And apparently in warm-ups, Bertuzzi wasn't looking on the other side of the ice. The whole thing had to be weird for him. I didn't see any scrums in this one where Bertuzzi was up against his former teammates either. So good early back and forth. DeBrusk fires one high on a rush. The Bruins get a power play. Things start out well enough, and then at 1:36, it's Andrew Kopp. The first shot of the game goes in the net, 5-hole on a rush, and so yeah, Kopp gets the turnover, buries it, and suddenly it's 1-0 for Detroit. Then DeBrusk tips one wide. There's a near miss for Bergeron. Pasternak has a one-timer that's saved. It's killed off, but the Wings had the best chances. They had another breakaway during that power play as well. So not a great start, right? Then the Wings get a power play. The Bruins clear twice early, but Chason, who continues to be a really good story for Detroit, gets a goal to make it 2-0 from Perron and Larkin at 4:32. It was a tic-tac-toe goal, so no chance on that one for Olmark. That is the first goal of the season for Chason, and the first he's had in a while. So for Chason, again, a good story with him being back in the NHL and puts the Wings up. Things get punchy on the next whistle. Shots are 8-4 for the Wings, 6 minutes in, and they would press at the 7-minute mark. So Detroit comes in clearly the more prepared. The Boston Bruins kind of sleepy at this point. Greer has a rush chance that deflects out. The Bruins continue having turnover issues. Seider has a shot that's held. The Wings 13 shots in the first half of the period. Things would even out a bit in the second half, but it gets tough when you put yourself down 2-0 and you're allowing odd man rushes and breaks as well in that. Wings press with 9 minutes left. Hathaway then can't bury a rebound at the other end of the ice. Larkin has a shot that's tipped wide. Pasternak to Krejci, near miss there. Bergeron has a slot shot that's saved. Nosek tips one wide. Bruins, their fourth line was their best in the first period and kind of was their best line throughout the game. That was an impressive game by that line. Bruins press with 3.5 minutes left. The fans call one. The ref does not. 1:37 left. The Bruins get a power play and some punching as that's being called. Wings cleared out. They look dangerous shorthanded again. The Bruins cycle, but they run out of time. So after one period, it's 2-0 for Detroit. Second period, the Wings finish the kill. DeBrusk is denied on a fast break. Then we get some pushing. Krejci's denied. There's a near miss for Pasternak. The Boston Bruins go back to the power play. They had a very good start to this period. Pasternak has a shot that's held. They cycle. The Wings are blocking. McAvoy's denied. That's killed off. Hellberg holds the chance after that power play's done. More pushing on another hold by Hellberg. I was surprised the referee at no point in this decided to just pull one. Because if you want to stop these silly scrums after the whistle, you just pull one guy, put a team on the power play, and then those kind of go away. So then there's a near miss for Coyle as the Bruins press. The shots are 11-0 Boston 7 minutes in. And it kind of stayed like that through the rest of the period. Another Bruins press at 8 minutes. Seider and Wallman had 2.5-minute long shifts, but they did get off the ice. No damage done. The zone time for Boston at this stage of the game, too, is more than 2-1 in their favor. So they're down 2-0, but all the rest of the numbers tell you this game should be in Boston's favor. McAvoy has a shot deflects wide, then there's more pressure, and eventually they get one. It's Lindholm from Coyle and Frederick at 12:43, post and in. And that was the 15th shot of the second period, also screened. So very little chance on that one for Hellberg. Larkin scores, but immediately you can tell something's off. And it's a whistle that tells you that Detroit's getting a penalty, and it's Larkin going to the box. So it could have been 3-1, but Larkin takes a penalty, and suddenly Boston's on a power play. Wings clear early. The power play struggles for Boston, well documented, but they get one. Bergeron scores on the power play from DeBrusk and Orlov at 14:11. The Wings then press for an answer. Seider took a puck to the face on a Pasternak shot. It wasn't as bad as it looked initially. Carlo to DeBrusk near miss. It's 2-2 after 2. Third period, early power play for the Detroit Red Wings. Larkin had a chance that was held. We had a shorthanded 3-on-2. Zacha can't bury one there. That power play's killed off 3 shots for Detroit during that power play. Mata has a shot that's held after a Bruins turnover. They did have turnover issues throughout this game. That's something to be concerned with. Suter has a shot that's held as wings press, if you can be concerned about a team that is putting up the kind of numbers Boston is right now. So the shots are 5-1 for the Wings at 5 minutes. Bruins press at 6.5 minutes are kept to the outside. Pastrnak has a shot that's held. The momentum shifts in this game were ridiculous. Detroit would control, then Boston would control. Wasn't really a game of back and forth. It was a game of now it's your turn, now it's our turn, and yeah, it was very one-sided at various times for Detroit or for Boston. So Orlov has a net feed picked off. There were back-to-back icings by Detroit as now Boston starts to get momentum. Chase-ons tonight after a good forecheck by the Wings. The Bruins are held to 2 shots in the first half of that third period. Wings press with 9.5 minutes left. Veleno's denied and close. There's more pressure by the Wings, but on zone entry, Hathaway ends up getting a goal on a rebound. Greer and Nosek with the assists at 13:54. So Boston's best line in the game combines on that goal, and I'm not kidding. Hathaway, Greer, Nosek, that was the best line for the Rangers, for the Bruins today. No idea why I would say Rangers. I don't have a Rangers logo in front of me right now. Post for Wallman as the Wings press to respond. The hitting's ramping up. Boston, they maintain some pressure here. Fans call one, the ref doesn't as the Bruins press. Nosek to Hathaway, near miss there. And again, Boston's best line, it continued after that goal. Things get pushy after a hold by Hellberg. Goalie pull would take place with 2:15 left. Olmark thought he had one. He kind of puts his glove down to cover it. He doesn't as the Wings are pressing, trying to tie this. Passes to the point, keep clearing the zone though. So Detroit would throw it back to the point, and it would end up out at center ice. So every time you do that, you're taking like 20, 25 seconds off the clock, because then you got to get that zone entry, and Boston not making that all that easy. And so Boston wins this one 3-2. They are the fastest team to 50 wins in National Hockey League history. They go to 59-5. They have 105 points on the season. Detroit 29, 27, and 9. So Boston could clinch a playoff spot today, depending on results in other games. So shots in this one: 15-11 Detroit in the first, 18-2 Boston in the second, and 15-9 Detroit in the third. Final shots 38-32 in favor of the Bruins. Power plays: Detroit 1 for 2, Boston 1 for 4. Hits 31-26 for Boston. Hellberg saved 35 out of 38. He was excellent. So was Olmark. 30 saves on 32 shots, and that's after allowing 2 goals in the first 4.5 minutes, and he allowed nothing the rest of the way. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always regarding this game. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And yep, it's going to be a long recap video tonight, the 14 other games. For anybody who stays up late for that, thank you very much. And of course, then the power rankings, and then the preview video I have to record for Sunday, because Sunday's all day hockey too. But that's the way things work from this time of year until about middle of April, and then we get to playoffs. So thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.